Meeting to order, call the roll.
Trustee Fenton. Trustee Dodge.
Here.
Trustee Calandrello.
Here.
Trustee Healy.
Here.
Trustee Katsinas.
Here.
Trustee Milani.
Here.
Mayor Pico.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge.
And if you could just lead us in the pledge, John.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
United States of America,
and to the republic
to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
this is for all.
Thank you, John.
Mr. Mayor, did you want to make an announcement again, or?
Yes, this meeting, okay, we have an echo here. Let me try this again. It's a little bit better. This meeting is being conducted. Okay, we'll have to hold on and figure out who's on speaker. Bill, are you on mute? Hold on, we're trying to get Bill on mute so that I don't get everything in triplicate. That's better. Thank you. So this meeting is being conducted over Zoom as per the Illinois changes for the COVID virus. For residents who may be listening, there's a raise your hand function, and there's also a public comment function. You can send those public comments into our public information office, and we already have one question, which we will read later. I apologize for any inconvenience, but so it's just something that we have to deal with for the time being, for the next probably month or so.
Approval of April 20th, 2020 Board of Trustee regular meeting minutes.
Trustee Katsinas, I move to approve the minutes of the Board of Trustee meeting of April 20th, 2020.
Do I hear a second?
Yeah, Trustee Milani, second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Milani.
Aye.
Trustee Dodge.
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Proclamation honoring plows in support of May's Older American Month, May 2020.
So this proclamation is for Older Americans Month, May 2020. Whereas Orland Park includes a growing number of older Americans who enrich our community through their diverse life experiences, and whereas Plows Council on Aging is committed to strengthening our community by connecting with and supporting older adults, their families, and caregivers, and acknowledging their many valuable contributions to society. And whereas Orland Park recognizes the importance of bringing together all generations and engaging in activities that promote physical, mental, and emotional well-being for the benefit of all. And whereas Plows Council on Aging can enhance the lives of older Americans in our community by providing home and community-based services that support independent living, involving older adults in community events and other activities, and providing opportunities for older adults to volunteer, learn, and engage with others. Now, therefore, the Village of Orland Park, Illinois, the village president of Orland Park, Illinois, does hereby proclaim May 2020 to be Older Americans Month. The Village of Orland Park urges every resident to take time during this month to recognize older adults and the people who serve them as essential and valuable members of our community. Dated this 4th day of May, 2020.
Accounts payable from April 20th, 2020 to May 4th, 2020.
Mr. Chairman, Trustee Milani.
Trustee Milani.
I move to approve the accounts payable from April 21st, 2020 through May 4th, 2020 in the amount of $1,489,000 and $8.80.
Trustee Katsinas, second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani,
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
Trustee Dodge,
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
Trustee Healy,
I abstain because I have a client who's being paid that's on the list, and so therefore I abstain.
Mayor Pica.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consent agenda.
Consent agenda. Item A, payroll for May 1st, 2020 approval. Item B, an ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 16, procurement of the Orland Park Village Code to update the village manager's purchasing/contracting authority. Item C, resolution authorizing the village manager to execute agreements to participate in cooperative purchasing. Item D, an ordinance amending Title 1's Chapter 7, administrative officers of the village, and 10, village finances of the Orland Park Village Code to update the village manager's purchasing and contracting authority and to raise the minimum requirement for seeking competitive bids. Item E, an ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 17, signing authority of the Orland Park Village Code to update the village's signing authority. Item F, Fernway subdivision roadway and ditch grading 2020 design and engineering proposal. Item G, pavement marking proposal. Item H, intergovernmental data sharing agreement between the Village of Orland Park and Cook County. Item I, collective bargaining agreement between the Village of Orland Park and the International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 399. Item J, approval of Illinois Workers' Compensation Commission settlement contract lump sum petition and order in case number 20 WC 009680. Item K, BMO Harris Bank Banking Services renewal approval. Item L, budget adjustment second quarter 2020 approval. I'll entertain a motion to, Trustee Dodge.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just going to move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Call the roll. Call the roll.
Trustee Dodge,
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
Trustee Malani,
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Granicus Master Services Agreement Amendment for Website Development, Hosting, and Communication Services.
Mr. Chairman, Trustee Malani.
Trustee Malani.
I move to approve waiving the bid process, and I move to approve the Granicus LLC Master Services Agreement Amendment 3 for website development, hosting, and communication services for the not-to-exceed cost of $71,735.
Second, Trustee Dodge.
Are there any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani,
Aye.
Trustee Dodge,
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Programmable Logic Controllers Modernization Proposal.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the proposal from Concentric Integration of Crystal Lake, Illinois, in the amount of $972,000 for the PLC and telemetry system modernization project and ongoing support. And I move to approve the waiving the bid process.
Trustee Katsinas, so moved.
Trustee Malani, second.
Any question or comments? So, George, I have one question. Why are we waiving the bid process on this?
Ken, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Ken, can you just talk about this project?
Sure. The Concentric we've been working with for the past 15 years. They're currently working on our motor control center project, which is consistent. We'll have the same PLCs that we want to put in our system. Also, the PLCs we're upgrading to have more function than our current PLCs. Our current PLCs are at the end of their life.
And Ken, the one,
Mr. Mayor, this is Bill Balling. Also, just to supplement Ken's summary, this is really high quality equipment. It balances out, just as a point of reference, about $360,000 of the material equipment itself, and about $612,000 in labor complete. Several tasks responsible to be completed by and it's very similar to what we find in these high technology police and fire communication services, where you have to marry up the implementation and the reliability of the equipment and the sustainability of the equipment over time with the original install. I have had a chance to talk to Ken and Rich about it, and I would support this the request as recommended.
Mr. Chairman, it's Trustee Dodge.
Trustee Dodge.
Quick question for staff. Just briefly, what happens if one of these fails before we get this work done?
Well, that becomes an operational challenge at that point, because these are drivers of the system. I assume we'd be back in some level of manual automation overrides in the short term, but part of it is the challenge we have is so a lot of the parts and support from the original systems are not available. So, Ken, do you have a footnote in terms of what your operating protocols would be in the event that we did have a failure of one of these systems in its current state?
Currently, if we lose our PLCs, we could run the system manually. If our master PLC was to fail at our pump station, we would be blind on our water system. So we'd have to manually go out to stations to monitor.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, thank you. That's I suspected that this is a critical part of the infrastructure that we need to get this done. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
Trustee Malani,
Aye.
Trustee Dodge,
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Thank you.
Villas of Cobblestone Development petition for site plan, landscape plan, elevations, rezoning, subdivision, special use permit with modifications.
Mr. Chairman, Trustee Malani.
Trustee Malani.
I move to approve a rezoning site plan, landscaping plan, elevations, subdivision, special use permit for a residential plan development with modifications for the Villas of Cobblestone, located at 8010 through 8030 West 143rd Street, as recommended at the April 21st, 2020 Plan Commission meeting, and as fully referenced in the motion below.
Trustee Katsinas, second.
Ed, could you please give us a brief background on this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is Ed Lilo. Thank you, and for the rest of the members of the village board. The item before you tonight is similar to a project that was approved in 2018, proposed by McNaughton Developments. The project was recently taken over by Mark Construction, and as stated previously, they're seeking approval to construct 18 dwelling units within 9 duplexes on a 3.9 acre site at 8010 West 143rd Street. Some of the modifications that the petitioner is requesting is a reduction in the detention pond setback, an increase in the maximum pond slope, and some reduction in the setbacks in between the buildings. What these variances will allow the petitioner to do is actually add some incremental improvements to the previous plan that was approved by the village board, which includes but not limited to, they will now be making a direct connection to 143rd Street with a right-in, right-out connection. Previously, that was a long dead end. and in order to accommodate the curvature of the road and design of the road, some of the variances that we're requesting associated with the pond make that a little bit easier for them to accomplish. And that will also be a benefit to the residents as well as the village. They are proposing to provide the detention pond, as well as they're above and beyond what the code requires. They will be providing a private park that will, both the pond and the park will be privately owned and maintained by a homeowner association that will be established. And the village is recommending that a special service area be established should the HOA not be maintaining the pond, and the village has the ability to activate the special service area and make the appropriate improvements, and then institute the special taxing district in order to cover those costs. So the intent is that this will always be privately, will not be a cost that will be incurred by the village. In addition to the private parking protection to 143rd Street, the previous development did not provide for parkways and called for a 4-foot carriage walk. They are providing parkways with street trees. They are preserving more trees than what was previously proposed, and they are also providing sidewalks. They're reducing the length of the previously proposed retaining walls, and they're upgrading the architecture for the elevations of the building that face the street. And in addition to that, they will be adding a black ornamental fence with masonry piers as a decorative element for the subdivision. The duplex units are being built similar in design to those that can be seen already that are under construction at Tallgrass for the Villas of Tallgrass for Mark Construction, and they've had some success with that project and would like to continue. Again, this project was approved, recommended for approval at the April 21st, 2020 Plan Commission, and staff would recommend approval as well at this point. I can answer any other questions that you may have.
Trustee Katsinas?
Trustee Katsinas.
I do have a question. 142nd Place, Ed, would that be a village-owned street, or would that be maintained by the homeowners?
Yeah, the village, the right-of-way will be village-owned. The pond will be privately maintained, and the park will be privately maintained. But the recommendation is the right-of-way would be village-owned.
Okay, thank you, Ed.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, Trustee Milani.
Trustee Milani.
Thanks, Ed, for the description. Actually, you answered all of my questions. I just wanted to add that, I've seen the work that this developer has done, and I really feel that it's a high quality product that they put out. And I really think it's going to be a nice addition over there off 143rd. So thanks for putting the work in.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Milani.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Dodge.
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Orland Park Ethics Commission ordinance creating Chapter 16.
Trustee Healy.
Could I have an ordinance number, please, John?
5508.
I move to approve ordinance number 5508, an ordinance creating a new Chapter 16, Ethics Officer and Commission of Title II, Boards and Commissions of the Orland Park Village Code.
Second, Trustee Dodge.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Dodge.
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Milani.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
The Ethics Commission appointment.
Mr. Chairman, it's Trustee Dodge.
Trustee Dodge.
I move to advise and consent to the appointment of Jim Stortzum as Ethics Officer, Dave DeYoung, Scott Casper, and Kevin Scanlon as member of the Ethics Commission.
Trustee Katsinas, second.
Are there any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Dodge,
Aye.
trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
trustee Healy,
Aye.
trustee Malani,
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Ethics Officer Indemnification.
Trustee Healy.
I moved, or John, could I have an ordinance number, please?
5509.
I move to approve ordinance
Comment during the resolution.
number 5509. Ordinance providing for indemnification and compensation of village ethics officer.
Second, trustee Calandrello.
And just as background, what was needed here was the indemnification for the ethics officer in case somebody wanted to sue or something like that. And then also the compensation, which was contemplated in the ethics in the ethics ordinance. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy?
I'd like to a question for George. Is this covered by, do we have an insurance policy that covers this?
Yeah. Yes, Trustee Healy, it does. We confirmed that with the insurance because it's part of the village. It's covered under our insurance.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Any other questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
trustee Dodge,
Aye.
trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
trustee Malani,
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Orland Parks Ethics Commission Ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 15.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy?
I move to, or John, can I have another ordinance number?
5510.
I move to approve ordinance number 5510, an ordinance amending the Orland Park Village Code Title I, Chapter 15 by creating a new section 1-15-2, indemnification of ethics officer.
Do I hear a second?
Yeah, trustee Malani, second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
trustee Malani,
Aye.
trustee Dodge,
Aye.
trustee Calandrello,
Aye.
trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Orland Parks Ethics Commission Ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 8.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy?
John, can I have another ordinance number?
5511.
I move to approve ordinance number 5511, an ordinance amending the Orland Park Village Code Title I, Chapter 8 by creating a new section 1-8-6, ethical standards of conduct.
Do I hear a second?
Trustee
Malani,
Katsinas,
Trustee
second.
Dodge. Sorry.
Okay, trustee Katsinas with the second. Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
trustee Katsinas,
Aye.
trustee Dodge,
Aye.
trustee Calandrello,
No.
trustee Malani,
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Resolution encouraging the Illinois General Assembly to convene to address COVID-19.
Trustee Calendro, ordinance number, please.
2015.
Mr. Mayor,
Trustee Calendro,
I move to approve ordinance number 2015, a resolution to share addresses for emergency safe with first responders.
you have the
You know what? My iPad just blew up. So can someone?
you have the wrong resolution. So let's go back and start over.
Okay.
Trust,
My iPad just.
So John, could you please reread the resolution?
Resolution encouraging the Illinois General Assembly to convene to address COVID-19. It's number 2015.
Mr. Chairman,
Do you have that one, Trustee Calendro?
I do, but do we go in different order? I thought we just voted on that one. Because in my iPad it shows that the first one. That's
we
what
just
I'm saying.
Okay, so we just voted on the Ethics Commission ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 8.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought we were.
So
you
okay. So you voted no on the Orland Park Ethics Commission ordinance amending Title 1, Chapter 8. Would you like to revote?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay. Call the roll for Orland Park. So hold on. The question is put. The question is put to approve ordinance number 5512, correct? And 11. An ordinance amending the Orland Park Village Code Title 1, Chapter 8 by creating a new section 1-8-6 ethical standards of conduct.
You want me to recall the roll?
Yeah, so please call the roll.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
aye.
Trustee Dodge.
Aye.
Trustee Calendrello.
Aye. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
You're welcome.
Trustee Milani.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Resolution encouraging the General Assembly to convene to address COVID-19.
Trustee Milani.
Mr. Chairman. Ordinance number, please.
2015.
I move to approve ordinance number 2015, resolution encouraging the Illinois General Assembly to convene to address COVID-19.
Trustee Katsinas, second.
Any questions or comments?
Mayor Peacock, Trustee Dodge.
Trustee Dodge.
Just a quick question. In the packet says ordinance number, but then it calls for resolution. I thought we had different naming convention for resolutions and ordinances. I want to make sure I've got that right. Different numbering convention, excuse me.
It is different numbering, Jim.
Okay. So although it says move to approve an ordinance number, we're actually moving to approve a resolution number, correct, John?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll entertain a motion to amend the motion to change ordinance to resolution.
Trustee Katsinas, so moved.
Second, Trustee Calendro.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Any questions or comments on the resolution?
Trustee Katsinas, Mr. Mayor.
Trustee Katsinas.
I think this is a good move. We have a lot of our small businesses, many of whom are listening to our meeting this evening, very anxious to know what direction their business is going in, what the village can do to assist. And this is a good move to show that we're trying to move forward to assist our business owners by doing it in a very safe manner to do so. So thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's Trustee Dodge. Just a couple of comments that appreciate the way this came together and the folks who contributed to this. And I think for me, one of the most important parts here is the intent of this resolution is to say that as a state, we need to do as good a job as possible being transparent and putting together the information and the science and the data to get this right. And then section 4, where we're looking for a plan to reopen the economy as quickly as possible while being reasonable and thoughtful about guidelines for the health and welfare of the Illinois residents. So in my mind, those are two pretty important things. And it's just, this is important for the village. It's important for the state. It's important for the nation that we get this right as soon as possible. Thank you.
Mr.
Any other
Chairman, Trustee
Tru-
Calandrello.
Trustee Calandrello.
Thank you. Just real quick, Mr. Mayor, after reviewing the second draft, which I think has been approved first, I think there's just some things that I agree with and I don't, particularly some of the language used. And I just don't believe, I want to open our businesses, I want to be safe, but I just don't believe this would be a productive resolution for the village with all the positive tools that we have and have been using already. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? So I have some comments. Nabia, could you put up the slides? So, so first, and this is the first thing that's in the resolution, the legislature needs to reconvene to address COVID-19 pandemic. While the governor is doing his best to address the pandemic, our legal advice informs us that he is being extended potentially beyond his legal authority to try to combat the pandemic without the legislature's assistance. The General Assembly is the appropriate body to deliberate and resolve these issues, and they must get back to work. It is time for them to reconvene and do their jobs. Second, the governor needs to share the information and data he uses in his deliberative process that supports his decision-making in the interest of transparency. The governor has had to make a lot of difficult decisions during these challenging times with limited information. I think this is well understood, which is why he's been given a lot of latitude, and appropriately so. For example, we are 57 days into his 30-day emergency declaration and 45 days into his stay-at-home order. On April 23rd, the governor introduced new analysts and modelers that he is using to inform his decisions. These experts indicated that they were using only state of Illinois information and that the stay-at-home order had saved 30,000 lives. Next slide, Nabia. The governor's executive order on April 30th states that according to these models, without the stay-at-home order, the state would have needed over 100,000 hospital beds, over 25,000 ICU beds, and over 20,000 ventilators. March data indicated that 20% of our cases need hospitalization, 5% need ICUs, and 4% need ventilators. Dividing all of those needed amounts by the percent of cases results in the number of cases. In all of these examples, this implies a minimum of 500,000 cases that we would have had. Alternatively, we could use the rates of hospitalization, ICU usage, and ventilators that were current as of April 30th when his executive order was given. This implies, these models appear to apply between 1.1 and 1.4 million cases. Next slide. On March 17th, the state had 160 cases. Infectious disease specialists focus on how many days it takes to double. The cases implied by the models from the previous slide, 500,000 to 1.4 million, indicate that the doubling rate for those models is every 3.4 to 3.9 days from March 17th to May 1st. In other words, these models indicate that without a stay-at-home order, we would have between 2 million to 5.6 million cases by the end of this week. That is up to half the state. Does this really make sense, or does it seem to be overly pessimistic? Next slide. At the April 23rd press conference, the experts indicated that their models showed that the governor's actions had saved 30,000 lives. Using the state's death projections and comparing that to the range of 500,000 to 1.4 million cases implied by the models, results in a morbidity rate between 11.2 and 26.5% on April 23rd, if no stay-at-home order was given. Compare this to the known hospitalization rates of March and of April 30th. Does a death rate higher than anything we've seen, a hospitalization rate, or multiples of the ICU rate make sense to you? To me, it doesn't seem plausible. Next slide. Alternatively, on April 30th, the governor's executive order states that deaths would be 10 to 20 times higher if no stay-at-home order was given. This would result in 23,000 to 47,000 deaths, which would mean a morbidity rate between 1.7 and 9.4% based on the model's implied number of cases. These same models, used 1 week prior, generated a morbidity rate of 11.2 to 26.5%. This is inconsistent and doesn't make sense. Next slide. Using the statements made by the experts on April 23rd, as well as the statements in the executive order, the case curve implied by the models can be determined. While these case curves support the governor's current position, they appear to be extremely pessimistic and implausible. Based on what we've been told, these models only use Illinois data. At this time, the information gathered from several countries and states that are further down the curve than the state of Illinois could be critical to helping make better decisions. Additionally, some other states and countries did not issue similar stay-at-home orders and did not see case doubling rates anywhere near the doubling rates these models predict. Ultimately, since the initial restrictions on March 17th, there's a lot more information and data available to help inform decision-making. In the interest of full transparency, Governor Pritzker should make the models, data, and information he is using available to the public. This information, including that from other states and countries, can be used to keep people safe or reducing or eliminating the negative impacts on the economy, which is our third point in asking that the General Assembly and the governor work together to articulate a reopening plan for the economy as quickly as possible with reasonable safety guidelines. We have not heard back from the governor on our suggested reopening plan for Orland Park, but we are hopeful that he will embrace our plans and others that have been created in the absence of any guidance from the state. Our reopening plan aligns with the White House plan and was the result of significant research and the input of many businesses and experts. We will be sending the governor an updated version tomorrow. For that reason, I think we should be approving this resolution, which asks for three things. First, that the legislature goes back to work and reconvenes. Second, that the governor is fully transparent and shares the information he's using in his deliberative process. And lastly, that the governor and the General Assembly work together to provide the residents, businesses, and government agencies a reopening plan so that they know what to expect when reopening does occur. With that, call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Gatsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Dodge? Trustee Dodge?
Trustee Dodge, you still there?
John?
Yeah.
Trustee Dodge?
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello?
No.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye. Motion carries 5-1.
A resolution to share addresses for emergencies with first responders.
Mr. Chairman, Trustee Malani.
Trustee Malani?
Can I have a resolution number?
2016.
I move to approve resolution number 2016, a resolution to share addresses for emergencies safe with first responders.
Trustee
Second.
Katz.
Trustee Calandrello, second.
Are there any questions or comments? So the only comment I have is so people understand why we're doing this is that the sharing of addresses with emergencies and first responders has not been very forthcoming from the state or from the county, and we've had to work hard to try and get that information. So a number of towns are passing this resolution to try and force the hand and ensure that our first responders know when they are responding to an address where COVID-19 is present. Call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Calandrello?
Aye.
Trustee Dodge?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye. And could you please, do we have any other comments aside from the one question? And please read the one question.
The one question is from a Mr. John Kenichi. If governors like Pritzker and mayors like Lightfoot can ignore federal laws like immigration laws, can mayors like Peacock ignore their illegal stay-at-home orders and declare Orland Park a sanctuary city and open up businesses?
Okay, thank you for your question. Any others, Nabia?
No, that's the only one.
Okay, we'll move to board comments. Trustee Calandrello.
No comments. Just be safe, everyone.
Trustee Dodge.
Just briefly, I've been in the data and advanced analytics business for my entire career. And the thing that I'd like every Illinoisan and every American and every Orland Park person to remember as we try to set public policy that balances concerns for people's health and then the general welfare of the economy is all models are wrong. Some models are useful. Thank you, Mayor Pico.
Trustee Healy.
I echo Trustee Calandrello's statement. Be safe and, say a prayer for those who are ill.
Trustee Katsinas.
I just wanted to say thank you for making that resolution and for everyone to be safe and support Orland Park local businesses. Thank you.
Trustee Milani.
Yeah, again, as everybody else has said, be safe, use a bit of caution and a bit of common sense. I look forward to, our plans to move forward in Orland Park, and a, staged reopening would be great to see soon. So I look forward to our progress. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Thank you, everybody. And first, I'd like to say our prayers are with Trustee Fenton, who is still on the mend. And so we look forward to her coming back to the board floor. And to Mr. Kenichi, we hear your concerns. I believe our resolution is a step towards addressing this. We have all taken an oath to support the constitutions of the United States and the state of Illinois and faithfully discharge the duties of our offices. I take this oath very seriously, and I will not put aside my oath to enforce an action that is deemed to be unconstitutional. We are a nation of laws, and as a civilized society, we solve our problems through the political process and/or the court system. Our effort tonight was part of the political process. Others' efforts have been through the courts. This virus is serious and it's dangerous, but I do believe we need to reopen our economy and do so in a safe and responsible manner. I think we can both keep people safe and open the economy. As a society, we are working through the question about when and how to reopen parts of our economy. We can do so in a measured, safe, and responsible way. Unfortunately, there are some people that make statements like people care about money over lives or livelihoods over lives, or the most recent personal favorite, wealth versus health. I don't believe that this is an either-or decision. Keeping the economy closed also has a negative impact on health and lives. Lost health insurance, increased domestic violence, increased substance abuse, suicides, and delaying the health care of other important underlying conditions, to name a few. As a society, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. This is the only time in history that we have quarantined the healthy. Here in Illinois, an emergency was declared 57 days ago and a stay-at-home order was issued 45 days ago. In the last 57 days, we have learned a lot, but the state of Illinois has made very few modifications to its plan. You can't win a war without adapting and adjusting your plan with updated information. Personally, I think of this as a problem that is to be solved, and ask that we work together to find those solutions. How can we safely get to the point where we can do the things we used to? I believe that we can figure this out, and we can figure out safe ways to reopen. It is going to mean following some guidelines, being considerate of others, and taking some precautions we aren't typically used to doing. Let's work together to make that happen, and it starts with our legislature getting back to work and the governor being transparent. Thank you very much. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Closed session.
Or excuse me, I'll take a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Chairman, Trustee Bellotti.
Trustee Malani.
I move to go into executive session for A, approval of minutes, B, setting a price for sale or lease of village property, and C, pending litigation against, affecting, or on behalf of the village, or when found by the board that such action is probable or imminent.
Second, Trustee Calandrella. Sorry, Cindy.
Oh, that's all right.
Call the roll.
Trustee Malani,
Aye.
Trustee Calandrella,
Aye.
Trustee Dodge,
Aye.
Trustee Healy,
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas,
I too. Thank you.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
This is George. So you received a separate invitation for the executive session. If you can log out of this meeting and log in to the separate